I think we were that excited about the intro that we've
forgotten to do an actual proper intro.
We've forgotten to talk.
Oh dear.
No, it's all right. It's fine. Listen, let's be honest about it. We've just got through Christmas. It's been very busy.
We have.
And also, let's be very honest about it. We spent 45 minutes playing around with the technology, haven't we?
We did.
But we're there.
Hey, Malk, how are you?
I'm all right, Andy. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good.
Excellent.
Did you have a nice Christmas?
I did, yeah. It was busy, but it was great. Thank you. Yeah, lovely. What about yourself?
Yeah, it was good. I spent it with my family, and it was just us.
Yeah,
a couple of days. It was just nice.
Have you eaten too much?
I have.
Me too.
I have.
Me too.
Okay. I've eaten too much. Just overconsumed. So.
Well, I know, but it's Christmas, isn't it? And I just think trying to not do just makes you a bit miserable, actually. So come on, a few days, and it's not like we're doing it for a month, is it?
No.
It's for a couple of days, isn't it? Really.
Although if I had my way, I'd probably extend it. But
I know you would, but
I've not been massive. I've not been brilliant throughout December. What with advent calendars and.
Yeah, but can I just say, and we're not going to turn this into a show talking about our food consumption. But you've lost a lot of weight. You look, you are though, aren't you?
Thank you.
You're doing well.
Still a face for radio.
Well, haven't we both?
Touche,
anyway.
My friend.
Ha ha.
So, welcome to the This Way Up podcast.
Yeah.
With Andrew and Malk.
Hello. Yes, this is the first one that's actually going to go live, isn't it?
That's correct.
Well, not live. Is live the right word? No, it's not.
No,
live,
it's not quite.
You know what I mean.
The first one to actually be hopefully enjoyed.
Yes.
By listeners other than ourselves.
Yes, absolutely.
Because we have attempted trade secret. We did actually attempt a recording a few weeks ago, didn't we?
We did.
But it was dreadful.
Well,
no, sorry, it wasn't dreadful. It was just a bit rambly.
Well, we waffled, didn't we, for an hour?
Well, we did.
Or even slightly over. But there you go.
Yes, we did. I can't even think of a single waffle joke. Oh.
Okay, well, listen, Andy, I think as you settle into things, the jokes will flow because you are renowned for it. All right? So
well, let's hope so.
And we even have a button. We have a button for jokes, don't we?
Yeah.
Can you just press it? Anyway. So guys, just to say, so you have to excuse us with the technology because we're just pressing buttons with this new kit we got, which is very, very smart, which Andy sorted, by the way. But anyway, come on, now what we're doing? Are we going to introduce ourselves?
Well, yeah. I mean,
we've done that, haven't we? I suppose, really.
No, we haven't.
All right,
no,
okay.
We haven't. We haven't even started.
Okay.
No one knows who we are, Malk.
Okay, who are you, Andrew?
Well, my name's Andrew.
Hello.
And I am a Christian biker. I am a member of the Christian Motorcyclists Association and also of Bikers Church in the UK.
Brilliant. Okay.
And I happen to be the secretary of the local CMA, one of the local CMA branches to me, which is the Staffordshire and Shropshire branch.
SAS.
That's the one, even though we're not special forces. And
we're definitely not.
The last time I tried to do an obstacle course, it did not go well. But
that's for a later episode.
We'll discuss that another time. And yeah.
Okay.
And I ride a Triumph Tiger 1050.
Yes, you do. Good. Okay. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Or do you need to say more? Do you need to say what you do or anything or not?
Philly boots, mate.
Oh, me. Okay. All right. So I'm Malk. I'm also a member of the Christian Motorcycle Association. I'm nearly 3 years. Yeah. Well, no. I think I'm 2 years a member, actually. 2 years. I've been knocking around with you guys for about 3 years, but 2 years a member. Also a member of Bikers Church. In fact, I guess I'm kind of on the leadership of Bikers Church. In fact, no, I don't think I am. I am on the leadership of Bikers Church.
You are.
So there we go. Yes, that's who I am. I ride. Well, actually, here we go. I now ride a KTM 1290 Adventure S. Oh yeah, I know. But also at the moment, because I'm greedy, I've actually also got my Tiger Sport 1050 in the garage as well. I have 2 bikes at the moment.
Yeah, only because you used to ride the newer version of mine,
I did.
the facelift refresh one,
Yeah.
and then you decided to defect.
Yes, I have left. Well, I haven't, because at the moment I've still technically got a Triumph Tiger. It's still in the garage. I've ridden it actually recently, so I am still riding it occasionally. But yes, I can't afford to keep 2 bikes. And yes, I have defected.
No, I couldn't have 2 bikes either.
No, so I just can't afford 2 bikes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's me. That's the bike I ride.
Objectively, it's a better motorcycle, but
Well, listen.
the KTM we're talking
Can
about.
I be honest with you? The reason I got a new bike is because my wife said to me, okay, she said those words, are you thinking about getting another bike? And of course the answer to that question is always, yes, of course I am, darling. So there you go. So I ran out the door.
When life gives you lemons, go out and buy motorcycles.
Absolutely.
Clearly.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
there we go. Yeah.
Well, good. Yeah, no, KTM. I mean, I have actually never ridden a KTM.
Well, you can have a go at mine, mate.
Oh, cheers.
Okay, no problem at all.
You might not see it again.
Okay, well, I know where you live.
It's true, actually.
It is.
Why would that not be true? Anyway, fine. Good. Right, so we've done that.
Yeah,
You
brilliant.
know ever so slightly more about us than you did
Yeah.
5 minutes ago.
Absolutely.
So why are we here? What are we doing?
What we're doing? Well, we had a conversation. Was it at the TT we had this conversation about starting a podcast, or was it a little bit before that?
No, it was an idea born on a beach at the TT.
It was, yeah.
On the Isle of Man.
Yeah, so we talked about having a podcast, which basically is 2 motorcyclists or bikers. I don't like the word. We're bikers, aren't we? Not motorcyclists. Getting together, talking about the bikes and bike stuff. All right, but also we're Christian motorcyclists, so also, I guess, talking about our faith and how the two marry together.
That's the plan.
I think.
That's the plan.
Which it's about. So.
And our escapades, what we get up to,
Yes.
what we're involved in, and we also want to use this to broadcast what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
To let people know how they can get involved
Yeah.
in whatever it is we're doing, if
Yeah.
they should want to.
Yeah.
But also, we want to use this as kind of like a discussion
Absolutely.
time where we can basically talk about stuff that we think is important.
Yeah.
Some of it might be faith related. Some of it might be just bike related.
Yep.
We want to try and marry the two, keep the two.
We do.
We want to try and keep it as coherent, as bike themed as possible.
We do.
But we don't just want to have every single episode be hard hitting, complicated topic to unravel.
No, we don't. No. Well, for instance, today we are going to we have introduced ourselves. We're going to have a bit of a roundup of the year, aren't we? What's kind of gone on?
That's right.
What we've done, and and I guess people will just learn a bit more about what we're about and the kind of stuff we do and what matters to us as
Yeah.
we talk about the year that's just gone by.
Yeah.
So, listen, it's going to be fun, and we're going to have we've got plans for guests, haven't we? Going to be on the show,
That's the plan.
and even also taking the show on the road.
Yeah.
That's
so
probably going to happen in the future.
we have big ideas and big plans for this.
We do.
So we want to. All this equipment that we've got is entirely portable and can fit in a bike pannier
Yes.
if we need to. So we actually want to take this on the road with us, as Malk said. We want to go to the events we do. We want to bring it with us. We want to do interviews on site if we can with people.
Yeah.
We also want to talk about great rides that we go on. 'Cause one of the things that we love the most is just going out for a ride on our bikes.
Absolutely.
It's freeing. It's good for the soul, as it were.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. Maybe not. We were recording this just after Christmas in very late December, and it's not the most awesome time to go out for a ride.
It's not. Although I am riding to Devon tomorrow.
Well, yeah, okay. Rub it in.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all right. So I am not currently on 2 wheels. I mean, I do have a motorcycle, but I slightly injured my ankle, to put it mildly,
Slightly.
in the summer. Not motorcycle related. I won't go into a huge amount of detail now. But basically, it put me out of action for half the year.
Mm-hmm.
And given that by the time that I'm walking about and driving and stuff at the moment, and I'm pretty much all there. But physically, not
Debatable.
Not yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
Be the judge of that mentally if you want. But I think it's probably safer because my leg is still a bit weak.
Yeah.
It's safer just to wait until
Absolutely.
spring.
Yeah.
Wait until spring.
Yeah,
and
makes
then
sense.
there's less chance of any slippery situations where I might need to rely on the stability of my leg.
Yes.
And if it isn't there, it's a safety thing primarily.
Mate, listen, you've healed well,
I have.
and you don't want to mess that up, do you? So for the sake of a few months of just, not riding your bike, I think it's very, very wise. That's good.
I'm gutted that I'm not able to do a lot of the events, but hey, we'll talk about an event we did at Christmas.
We will.
This year, and because I wasn't riding, I was able to be the pack mule in the car.
You were.
And take all the stuff down in the car. And it was someone has to do it. Someone has to make the ultimate sacrifice.
Absolutely.
And, it made sense for it to be me.
Yeah. Totally.
So there we go. So there are advantages and disadvantages.
There are.
But yeah, so that's why I'm not currently riding. However, if I were in a position to be, I'd be out.
I know you would. Listen, mate, you are definitely a biker. You've ridden in every kind of condition.
We do ride all year round. Don't we?
We do.
In all weathers. We don't. For better or for worse, we sure do it.
We are those people, those crazy people. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's good. But do you know what? Let's be honest about it. If you're not going to ride in the rain in this country, you're not going to ride a lot, are you? To be honest with you.
That's a very good point.
It's a very good point. It's how it is.
Yeah. Right. So that's just a little bit about us.
Yeah.
And so I think now we should probably explain what on earth CMA is.
Okay.
And what Bikers Church is.
I think you're right.
Cool.
So go on. So CMA, so Christian Motorcycle Association.
Yeah. Shall I do CMA and you do Bikers Church?
You please. That'd be great.
Okay, cool. That's fine. It's almost like we planned it.
I know. We know what we're doing.
We didn't, but there we go. Right, yeah. So the CMA is the Christian Motorcyclists Association, which is a Christian ministry dedicated to serving the biking community as a whole. And there's various different ways that happens. Usually with us attendance at events, we run cafes at events, we have stands, we try and attend as many bike rallies as we possibly can. And basically we're just there. We're there to serve, and we're there to speak to people, get to know people, share our faith, all that sort of stuff. We have a wonderful primary missionary tool, which is the Biker's Bible. And if we had the video working, which we don't today, but we will do in the future, when we've got a dedicated location for this, we'll have a live stream we can hold up and show you the Biker's Bible. It's a pocket-sized version of the New Testament with testimonies from actual bikers in the front and back, as well as some other stuff. And it's basically we give them out and we encourage people to come to events, come to Bikers Church, get involved, and hopefully encounter God.
I think that was very nicely summed up, Andy.
We all go around with great big white crosses on our backs, so it's basically impossible to miss us.
Can't miss us.
Can't miss us.
That's true.
And I'm actually wearing mine today because I thought we'd be in the room we plan on doing this in.
I know.
It ain't your fault. Don't worry about it. But I was gonna do a twirl for the.
For the
cameras. Do a twirl for the cameras
next time. Next time. Okay.
Despite the face for radio, I was gonna model the. I was gonna. I'm not going to go there. Yeah. But I was going to, yeah. So I'm wearing it for the benefit of viewers that aren't there.
Brilliant.
Imagine, if you will, a giant white cross on the leather on someone's back. And there you pretty much have it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Yeah.
And CMA is not just, it's not a UK organisation, it's actually a worldwide organisation, international. It started off in America, and it's got a big presence in Europe, Africa, South Africa, the UK, obviously. Its presence is very big. So and there's branches all over the UK. So if you see people or a person riding about with a giant white cross on the back, that's why they're part of CMA.
Yeah.
And you should go speak to them.
Brill.
Say hi.
Brilliant. Okay.
So what's Bikers Church all about, Malk?
Bikers Church is it kind of does what it says on the tin, really. It's a church. And specifically for bikers. But I also want to say that it isn't just bikers that attend. So it's a church that I believe, and I think I'm right in saying this, Colin Pownell, a minister, brought the idea over from South Africa, I think, actually. I think he was the first one to set it up over here. Is that right?
I'm pretty sure you're right. I think the idea started off in South Africa.
Yeah.
And it was talent scouted.
I think it was,
as it were.
And Colin's a wonderful guy, lovely Christian bloke, and he brought it over to the UK. And
Yes.
So the one that I first attended was up in Warrington, and that one's still going. And we'll put the links to that, won't we, up on the show notes. You'll be able to see the address up on Gig Lane in Warrington.
Yeah, so
right?
we actually do have it's at St Martin's Methodist Church. So it's Gig Lane in Warrington, and the postcode is WA14EE.
And that's the first Sunday of every month.
First Sunday evening at 6:30, yes.
6:30, yeah.
That's the one.
Get there for 6 for a brew and a biscuit first, though. All right. And then we also have one down here in Stoke, where we are at the moment, St John's Church in Stoke. Actually, I'm the vicar at St John's Church. And this has been going now for, it's getting up. We're in the second year, aren't we, of Bikers Church here in Stoke.
It's fairly new still.
It is fairly new. And this is Bikers Church Stoke is at the same time at 6:30, but it's on the third Sunday of every month here at St John's Church in Abbey Hulton. That's St John's Church. It's on Greasley Road in Stoke-on-Trent, Abbey Hulton, and it's ST2 8JE. Okay, and
I will have all of these in the bit
You
in the
will.
description, the show notes, whatever they're called. I will have
Brilliant.
all the information required should you wish to come along, and a warm welcome is guaranteed.
It is, yeah. I mean, it's church. Listen, it's church. So but it's. I think what we say on the advertising is it's a church where everyone fits, and what that means is that it's just a very welcoming church, and there are bikers there in their leathers, and but then again, there are also people who turn up and they're not bikers, but they just want to be around us because it's a very relaxed feel. But you know what? It's church. There's worship. There's read the Bible. We pray together. We do all that stuff. It's great. It's great.
The ultimate goal is if you'd never been to church before and you walked in, you'd feel welcome.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I think you're right.
You'd not be put off by the churchiness.
Yeah, because let's be honest about it, church can be quite a scary place, can't it? I think we've identified that.
Intimidating.
I've experienced that. Yeah, scary is the wrong word. It sounds like it's weird, but it's not. It's just
Some actually are scary, the old Gothic ones.
okay. Yeah, true.
Big imposing building. They can be quite scary.
It can, but you know what I mean. Stepping foot over the church door, over the sort of threshold, can be quite a big thing. It was for me when I first went to church. So it's a place where hopefully people feel welcome. And let's be honest about it. We hope people feel able to come and visit. That's the thing, isn't it? It's kind of come and see us. Come and experience it. It's good. So that's Bikers Church. I didn't explain that very well, but there you go.
I thought you explained it pretty well.
We'll talk about it more.
Yeah, and then because we
episodes.
understand inherently that if you've never been to a church before in your whole life, going to one is daunting. We have a live stream as well.
We do, yeah. Well done, Andy. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. We do, yeah. Well, yeah. The Warrington Bikers Church is it's streamed live, isn't it?
Yes,
Every first Sunday of the month, so you can watch that on YouTube.
it's streamed live, and it's also, I believe, it's recorded, so you can go and if you can't watch it live, but you think, oh, do you know what? I think I will watch it and see what it's all about.
Yeah,
You can watch the recorded versions of it
you can. That's right.
on the same YouTube channel. Again, all the links and stuff I'll put in
Yeah.
in the thing, so you don't have to go looking for it. But so Warrington is currently fully live streamed.
It
And
is.
Stoke is coming online soon.
Yeah, so you can watch Stoke, but Stoke is recorded on the night and then it's posted up on YouTube. Well, normally that same night or certainly the next day. So you can go and watch it. And once again, they're there to watch.
Yes.
You can watch them all the ones that have been recorded. They're all there to see on
That's true, actually.
on YouTube.
They're all there.
So do you know what? Yeah, if you want to see what it's all about, go and watch one. That'd be the best thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because then you can decide if it's for you or not without even having to set foot through the door. So
Yeah.
that's that.
But you said about CMA it's about service. You mentioned that come across really well, and I think Bikers Church actually is similar, isn't it? It's about just being there, isn't it? Being a place where bikers can come and know they're going to get a warm welcome. I mean, maybe this may be topical, but I think bikers just tend to be a really friendly bunch in general. To be
That's
honest
certainly
with
been
you,
my experience.
mine too. There's no airs and graces, but they're just really approachable and really friendly. And I think that's about bikers in general. I tend to see that. but also I think the same goes for Bikers Church as well. So that's what we're about. That's what we're
I have
about.
to agree.
That's what we're about.
And even though, I mean, I've been a Christian for a very long time. It took me a while because I think my faith predates my bike enthusiasm.
Yeah.
So I got a bike after having been a Christian for a number of years.
Yeah.
I found out about Bikers Church through the grapevine, i.e. a leaflet in a cafe that I went to once. I just saw it and thought, oh, I didn't realise there was a Bikers Church. But so at that point, I was still a learner rider, still on L blades. But it took me a while to pluck up the courage to go. Yeah. Yeah. Because I didn't think I'd be welcome.
Because you were a learner.
Mad notion.
Is that what you thought? Because
I've only been doing this for a couple of months, and I'm still stalling as I'm setting off from traffic lights. I mean, I didn't feel like a bikie yet.
Yeah.
And I thought it's got Bikers Church on the name.
Yeah.
So even though I'm a Christian and it's a church, so it should be all right. I just didn't think I would fit in, and I couldn't have been more wrong.
Yeah.
Honestly, within 30 seconds of arrival, someone had given me a hug and a warm embrace and made me a cup of coffee, and I thought, oh right, okay, this might not be so bad after. This is all right.
Yeah.
And then it turned out to be a wonderful church service, and I've been going pretty much every month since. So
it's good.
Basically, I was completely wrong. I had completely the wrong idea.
Yeah.
So, and that's from somebody who's had a year's experience of going to a fair number of different types of churches. Even I was kind of intimidated at the prospect of turning up somewhere.
But that's interesting because it sounds like you were almost more intimidated about the thought of turning up to bikers.
Correct.
Because you're used to church.
Correct.
I mean, your dad was a vicar, wasn't he? Your dad is a vicar, not was a vicar. Your dad is a vicar. So you're used to church, but it was the thought of, well, these bikers accept me.
That's right.
Because I'm only a learner, and
And it just goes to show how your brain kind of plants things in your head. And
Absolutely.
You just think things get planted in your mind, and you think, oh no, I'll give that a miss because I'm of various reasons, and you worry about stuff.
We miss out on a lot of things, don't we, think in life, because we just don't.
We do.
We don't have the confidence. Something knocks us. Something. I don't know, puts us off. Anyway, there's the topic possibly for the future as well. But anyway,
it's a good shout.
So CMA and Bikers Church.
The reality is very different. A warm welcome is guaranteed.
Absolutely.
And it's a great place.
It is. Brill. Okay. So
cool.
We're doing all right there.
We did. Should we talk about the year?
Let's have it. Yeah, because I think this would be really good. Because actually, people listening to the first time will actually get an idea of what kind of CMA. Bikers Church, kind of what it looks like. You know what I mean?
Because we've waffled on about it for quite some time.
We have.
But it'd be good to actually talk about where the rubber hits the road.
Yes. Hey.
Pun fully intended.
Thank you very much.
No, I'm not going to do it because I'll press the wrong button again.
Okay, brilliant.
Right, yes. So
how did the year start? What's our first thing on our list about last year?
Well, the first major event, basically, as we kind of alluded to, we try and get involved with as many motorcycle events as we possibly can in our particular area. So our particular area covers basically the area of kind of Warrington south to kind of Stoke. I mean, it's a broad area of the kind of, is it the top of the Midlands?
Stoke-on-Trent's classed as North Midlands. Okay, so we are still Midlands, North Midlands, and like I said, we go up into.
So I live on Merseyside.
You do.
And Malk lives in Stoke.
I do.
We're actually in his house.
I do.
And so that's kind of a gauge for the kind of the patch that we specifically cover. But we may do events further afield. Yeah. The bigger rallies. Yeah. Rallies are basically just meetups for bikers. There's camping involved. It's a weekend live music. It's a party.
It is. It's a weekend bash, isn't it? Really.
I usually describe them to my non-biker friends as like mini music festivals with motorbikes.
Yeah,
effectively.
Yeah, absolutely.
If people go, what are you doing at a rally for? I was like, it's basically like a mini music festival.
Yeah, we're not just walking around looking at motorbikes and things, are we? No. Anyway.
So aside from those, of which there are many.
Yep.
We do a couple of events ourselves, which we organise and run. The first of which being a blessing that we run out of Bikers Church.
Yes.
And so it starts in Bikers Church, and then there's a little ride out over to a biker/truck stop cafe over near Whitchurch, Prees Heath in Whitchurch.
Oh, well remembered.
Called the Midway.
Yes. Yeah. Jeanette and the
That's
team.
right. It's a
over
cracking.
there.
It's a great.
Oh,
it's a great little place. And
it is.
if you come to it from the north, if you come from it from the north and you go south,
Yeah.
it's a wonderful bit of road.
Yes. Yeah. It is a nice ride.
Yeah, it's a really nice ride.
Actually, to be honest with you, it's not a bad ride from Stoke, either, actually. To be honest
It's
with you.
not,
It's not
no.
a bad ride from Stoke, but you're right, it's much better coming from the north. But still.
I've only done it in a massive convoy, so I've not been able to focus on it. I've
Yeah.
been leading the massive convoy,
Yeah,
so
of course.
I've always been worried about the 20 bikers behind me, not, oh, this is a nice bit of road.
Yeah.
But I see your point, actually. Look, going through the
it's
routes
nice.
in my head.
It's a good ride.
We will get on to. I'm really wanting to have a dedicated episode just for cool little hidden gems.
Oh, I
roads.
love the idea of that. I'm looking forward to
And like, where do you want to go? We're slightly northwest centric, but there's loads. Anyway, I digress. So
Okay.
we do this event. What it is basically we want to March is kind of the start of the riding season, at least in the UK, and we want to try and bless as many people as we possibly can in advance of everyone getting back on the bikes.
Which
Take it
basically,
to the road.
so basically, what it looks like, isn't it? Okay, we meet at St John's Church, that down here in Stoke.
We'll meet at Bikers Church.
At Bikers Church,
Same
in Stoke.
difference.
Same thing. Sorry, yeah. Bikers Church is held at St John's. At Bikers Church in Stoke, we have a bacon butcher and a brew. We have a bit of social, don't we?
We do.
And then we actually go outside, and basically a blessing is we say a prayer, don't we? We pray for everyone present, and not just people present, but for people who we know. In fact, in general, for bikers, for safety. That's what we pray for, and we just
Safety's the main one.
it is.
Yeah.
And then, like Andy said, we then jump on our bikes and we head over to the Midway at Prees Heath. What is it?
Prees Heath.
Prees Heath. Oh, well said. Prees Heath. And actually, we do the same again, don't we, over there? Because then we have we do another blessing over there, don't we? So people who can't make it down to Stoke, we then replicate it there. And once again, that normally involves more cups of tea and possibly more bacon butties.
Well, we time it just right so we can have breakfast at Bikers Church and then lunch at the cafe.
Yes, it's perfect. Yeah, so but do you
Not
know
for the waistline.
No. But do you know what? But we were talking before the show, weren't we? We said that actually it just kind of shows what we're about, doesn't it?
Exactly.
We're about we're bikers. We love riding our bikes, but also we care about other bikers, and we believe our faith that there's a God who cares about us and loves us too, and we want to just pray for ourselves, selfishly, but also actually, all joking apart, for all bikers.
Yes.
And that's what we do, and I think it's a great start to the season. And you know what? It's getting busier and busier. I mean, was it the second? Was it the second year? Wasn't it? I think this year is the second one we've done here in Stoke. I think.
Yeah. So it's second year in a row that we've done it.
Yeah.
So we do one in March for the start,
Yeah.
and then we also do one at the end of the riding season in around October, November.
Yeah.
Because it coincides with Remembrance.
That's right.
So we do a kind of a blessing / remembrance
Yeah.
kind of combination, and it's also around the same time as the Ride to the Wall, and which is a massive group ride down to the National Arboretum.
Yeah.
To remember all of the soldiers.
Yeah.
All of the fallen soldiers.
Yeah.
And that's a very sobering event to take part in.
That is, I mean, I've only been once. I didn't get to go this year for reasons out of my control. But I went for the first time the year before, and it blew my mind. Thousands.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Of motorcyclists gathering together to remember fallen service people, basically, and it was profound. It was amazing.
I mean, I've done it a few times. I couldn't do it this year for ankle reasons.
Yes, of course.
But otherwise, I've done it pretty much every year.
Yeah.
Since I've been riding and knew what it was. And we've been saying for a while that the National Arboretum in and of itself is just a wonderful place to go. I say wonderful place. It's a very worthwhile place to go and visit.
It is.
Because it's got memorials in there to basically every single conflict.
Yeah.
Every single thing since the Second World War, since 1945.
I think young and old need to visit that place. I really do. I think it's really important for young people to go and as well, and just to to understand what people have done for them. It's amazing, yeah. It's profound. So our sort of our biker blessing remembrance. It's almost giving thanks, isn't it? We start the season praying for bikers and ourselves, and then we end the season just saying thank you, really, but also remembering. Listen, motorcycling is a dangerous. Let's be honest about it. It's a dangerous sport, isn't it? Whatever you want to call it, interest, hobby, whatever you want to call it. Okay, depending on what you want to say.
It can have its moments.
It can, and people lose their lives every year. So we just want to give thanks for a safe year, and also pray for those who have perhaps been injured or sadly lost their lives. Yeah. So that's what we do. Yeah.
And I think we would be remiss. We forgot to talk about it when we started introducing Bikers Church.
Oh, yeah.
On the subject of downed bikers, injured bikers, fatal injuries, things like that. We would be remiss if we didn't mention the Bikers Church Benevolent Fund.
Absolutely. That's important.
Which is something that it's a fund that Bikers Church has specifically for the needs to serve the needs of family members and actually the injured biker themselves, if they need it, when they need it.
Yeah.
And it is able to provide hospital parking, stuff like that, taxis.
Absolutely.
We're able to provide money for that if people have a need.
And actually, and recently, just another example is recently there was a man, a guy in Stoke who actually had a very nasty accident, paralysed from the neck down. Had to spend a long time in hospital, and actually the Benevolent Fund paid for the family, covered the cost for the family to go and actually spend a week or so local to where the hospital was. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's for various things, or even to help, I don't know, to pay towards adapting the house to make it easier for somebody to get in. So it covers a wide range of things. But yeah, that's I think thank you, Andy. That's really important. I should have mentioned that about Bikers Church. But well done, mate. Well done.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
That's all right, mate. You're just great.
I mean, it's radio, so it doesn't matter if I blush.
What's next on our list? Oh, it says here, the Staffordshire Classic Bike Show.
Yes.
That's always a good do, isn't it?
It's a really good do, yeah.
Love that.
It's great. It's a whole weekender.
Yeah.
And the clue is in the name. It takes place at the Staffordshire County Showground.
It does. Yeah.
And it is a classic motorcycle show.
It is.
The name leaves nothing to be desired.
It's massive, isn't it?
It's the Ron Seal of names. It does If you need bits for a classic motorcycle, you have to go there.
You do.
You will never see the amount of rusty bike parts
That's what I think about.
Assembled in one place is staggering. But it's probably the only place in the world where you can find a gearbox or part of a gearbox for your BSA.
Yeah.
But whatever, it's there.
Some obscure nut or bolt you've got to have. And you're right. You're right. I've never seen so many plastic tubs full of rusty bits of bike in my whole entire life.
Yeah.
But I think it's also fair to mention that that's one aspect, but there's so much more, isn't it?
I was just about to say that.
The social side, the famous motorcyclists who go there, who give talks or rev motorbikes that they've ridden around racetracks far too fast and quickly. Do you know what I mean? It's an amazing experience.
I've done it a disservice by simply describing it as a.
Well, because can I be honest with you, I had images of there's some dirty, muddy field and a load of buckets of rusty bits. I'm thinking that's not selling it.
There is a bit of that.
There is that, which is great.
Yeah, what I failed to mention is the enormous halls filled with incredible people's prides. Prides and joy, or is it pride and joy?
Pride and joy. Pride and joy.
Yeah, but plural of it.
Oh, I don't know.
It doesn't matter. There's a genuinely wonderful collection of because people come from far and wide and bring
around the world
their pristine, restored, beautiful classic bikes, classic machines. There are some custom work. There's some all sorts of incredible engineering. There is big brands turn up, so you can get. It isn't just if you need parts for an old Triumph or an old BSA. There's It's a fantastic event. We have a stand.
We do.
We have a stand there where we give away obviously we give away Bibles. We're there for a chat. We're there for a brew. We're there for literally anything people need us for.
Absolutely.
We're on the campsite. We camp.
Which is jolly good fun.
Oh, yeah.
I have to say. Well,
I sounded ever so slightly sarcastic there, mate.
Well, no, I wasn't being sarcastic. It is really good fun, but I was also going to say, let's be honest about it. When it's piddling down, it's a bit of, but it is great fun. And actually, I wasn't being sarcastic. It is great fun. I love the fellowship and I love the camping.
It is great. And so the plan is to do at least one episode at the event.
Absolutely, because the next one will be. Is it March next year?
Yeah,
that'll be the one.
Yeah,
looking forward to that.
So
it's in the diary.
We do that. I can't remember which way around they are. There's a British one and a Japanese one. I can't remember if the April is the British one and the autumn one.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Is the Japanese one.
They're very similar.
There's a dirt bike one as well, but we're not so. We don't know anything about dirt bikes really, or crossers or anything like that.
No.
So it would be a bit.
Have you ever done that one? Did you go to that one?
I have been once.
Oh, right. Did CMA go? Did they take?
Yeah, we did stand.
Oh, right. Okay. Brill.
Rob and I did it.
Right. I thought I remembered you mentioning it. So.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. But I sort of, to me, I don't know the difference. Like I can tell the difference between motorcycles, but crossers and dirt bikes.
Yeah, I'm not that.
I struggle to see the difference between one and the other.
I can identify the riders. Can I tell you how? So I find, let me explain, okay? I find that bikers, all right, wear beanie hats. let me just share this.
You're only just saying that because you yourself are wearing a beanie hat.
I am. And people who ride motocross, okay, tend to wear baseball caps or motorcycle caps. They just seem trend. Is the word rad? They seem more trendier. I'm not taking the mick. I'm not making fun. I'm just saying that bikers tend to wear kind of beanie hats and also have lots of facial hair very often, whereas motocross just seem to be more trendy.
I just thought the beanie hats were for male pattern baldness, which is
I'm not
doing it. I'm not doing it in my case, but
I'm down to the wood. I've got a number one all over, so that's why I wear a beanie a lot. You know, I've got number one all over because it's good for putting a helmet on and off. It doesn't get messy.
That's a good point.
Anyway, sorry, we're doing it again. We're waffling. Let's not waffle. So it's okay. So we do the classic bike show twice a year.
Briefly tangential. Yes. So we do it twice a year.
Good
then
We're a presence, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're a Christian presence. That's what we're about, isn't it?
Precisely.
That's what we are. I just very quickly want to say, the conversations that we have at those things is amazing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Not just with visitors, but also with the staff, the security and all sorts. We built up some amazing relationships, haven't we, with people?
No, it's only because we're guaranteed not to kick off. When we are representing CMA and we've got white crosses on and all that, we don't drink.
We don't.
So when we're at these events, we don't consume any alcohol or anything like that. We are at these events. We're guaranteed to be sober.
Absolutely.
So if anybody needs help with anything, anything like that, we're always usually that doesn't make sense. We are usually a point of call for people for help and assistance.
Yeah.
Precisely because they know what we're about. They know we're not going to be.
Well, you know, I think we're respected for that very reason, that we really don't force our faith on anybody, but also we don't hide from it. So people know if they've got a question or they're having a problem, they've got a safe place to come.
That's right,
and that's what we're about. Isn't
that's
it?
right. Yeah,
you know,
safe,
do you know what?
For everyone.
That word again that you used at the start, we're there to save, aren't we? It's about service. That's what we're there for.
Exactly.
So nice one.
So it's not. I mean, I'm not personally teetotal. But I know, obviously, I know.
Yeah. And there's another episode. I am teetotal. I've been for a number of years. That's for another episode. Good.
We can get to that.
We can.
But no, it's not a hard and fast rule, you know, and it's certainly not a hard and fast rule about being a Christian.
It certainly
is a common misconception.
No, it isn't.
Jesus turned water into wine, didn't he?
He did. He did. Yeah, he did.
But yeah, so you know, obviously, when we represent CMA, it's out of courtesy and respect.
Yeah.
But also inclusion. So you know, if you are an alcoholic or whatever it is, you don't have to worry.
Absolutely.
You don't have to check yourself in the same way.
Yeah.
Because you know that when we're out and about on these events, we're not doing it.
No, that's right. It's important. It's important.
It is important. Yeah.
Okay. So we've got the classic art shows,
Yeah.
and then we do the hospital visits, don't we? Which is a regular thing we do.
We do. So it all kind of three big events that occur around the same time. It really depends when Easter falls, because
It does.
we, in addition to doing those things, we also have a great relationship with nurses at the Royal University Hospital Children's Ward
In Stoke, yeah.
in Stoke, yes, and Leighton Hospital
Yeah.
in Crewe.
Yeah.
And they, twice a year, Easter eggs and things at Easter, and selection boxes. It used to be toys, but we gravitated to selection boxes actually from the pandemic, from COVID, because we did toys before, and we'd have different age appropriate things, and we'd bring them along. But then the pandemic kind of scuppered that.
Yeah.
So we had to bring selection boxes that can be easily quarantined and blah, 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 blah. And it kind of stuck since then.
Yeah.
So it's transitioned to selection boxes and chocolate eggs at Easter.
Good fun, isn't it?
It's great fun.
Because Easter, basically, we take a big rabbit around the ward when we're allowed on, which we have been now that COVID's out of the way. And at Christmas, Santa turns up on a Triumph.
That's right.
Or a KTM, maybe.
That's right.
But whatever. And and we get to go on the wards. And do you know what? It's just good fun. It's great fun. So hopefully we're a blessing to them. But do you know what? They are a bigger blessing to us. There's no doubt about that. It's good stuff. It is. Yeah.
And there have been. So it's a very emotional day.
Yeah, it is.
It's a very emotional. We do both events at the same time.
Yeah, it's good.
We do Leighton. We do Crewe and Stoke at the same time
on the same day.
Same day.
Yeah, it's good.
And it's a very emotional.
It is
thing. Yeah. But it's a blessing to them.
It is. Well, do you know what's always lovely? And once again, because it's what we're about, the nurses are always really happy and appreciate that we pray for them there and then. And do you know what? Yeah. This year, I have to say, a lot of the families wanted us to pray for them, which was lovely. So,
That's right.
It gave them some comfort, I pray.
Yeah.
And it was a real privilege.
It was. It was a privilege, cool. Yeah.
It was really cool. Really,
that's a very good. That's a good word. A good way of describing it.
Yeah, it's a real privilege.
Privilege.
So what else have we done? So in the middle of the year, so we went to the TT, didn't we?
Oh, we'd be very remiss if we didn't mention the TT. Correct?
The TT. It was. Can I just say, it was my first TT.
Yeah.
Can I say I was a TT virgin? I'm allowed to say that on a Christian motorcycle. I just have done it.
Yeah.
I was a TT virgin, and I was spoilt because I was told that every time you go to the TT, it rains. Well, I come back looking like I've been, I don't know, in Spain for a month.
I mean, it's
the best tan ever.
It's logic, really. It's an island. It's a small island in the middle of the Irish Sea.
Yeah.
You're going to have a bit of bad weather every now and again.
Yeah.
And that's me being optimistic. So my first time was 2 years ago, and actually it was last year, but because it was 2 TTs ago.
Yeah.
So this year was my second one.
Yes.
That's the better way of describing it, isn't it?
It works.
Right, yes. And so even though my first one was absolutely incredible, was last year, we still had the odd rainy day.
Okay.
And we had days when they had to push practice back, had to push races back.
Yeah.
Because it was too wet.
Too wet in the mist on the hills.
That's exactly
on
right.
the mountain road.
So, I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, you don't have a weather control machine, and I mean,
Absolutely
no one's
not.
out there doing rain dances or whatever. So it's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
But obviously, if it's wet, you can't. So you travel all that way. I say all that way. You pay a significant amount of money on the ferry to get there, and then there's camping and whatever. If it rains for 2 weeks, you're not going to be very happy, are you?
No, it's a bit of a pain.
I mean, it's the chance you take.
Yeah.
However, so broadly speaking, on my first time, it was last year. It was absolutely fine.
Yeah.
We had a mixture of glorious sunny days. We had a mixture of drizzly days and rainy days.
Yeah.
As you do. This year, on the other hand, it was absolutely incredible.
It's just wall-to-wall sun, wasn't it?
Every single day. It wasn't massively hot or nothing.
It was wonderful, though,
But
wasn't it?
every single day was blue sky.
Yeah.
Blue sky, sunshine. And as a result, We had record-breaking laps.
Yes, we did.
We had barbecues pretty much every day. We had epic riding when we were
the road. Can I just say the roads are spectacular.
Yeah,
and also there's no speed limit on some of them.
No,
which is slightly terrifying. Listen, can I be honest with you? I'm not the fastest rider. Okay, I'm not. But it was still really good fun to be able to just thrash the bike occasionally. And that was good. That was good fun.
It's a very odd feeling because for those of you who don't know, the Isle of Man has no national speed limit, as it were. There are 30s, 40s, 50s, where it's signposted you have to do that speed.
Yeah.
But when you see the national speed limit,
woohoo!
There is no succinctly woohoo. There is no upper limit.
Yeah.
Now you can still be done for dangerous.
Yeah.
It's not if you drive like a complete word I shouldn't say.
There's one or two of them.
Yeah, and there were quite a few crashes when we were there by non-racers. You know what I mean. But the actual speed is not the problem, and there are police that will sit about.
Yeah,
and they're not interested in how fast you're going.
No.
It's a very odd, and some of them they're not Isle of Man police. Some of them come from Lancashire, and because they bring people in for the event because it's a massive thousands of people descend on the Isle of Man for the TT every year.
Yeah,
so the locals sometimes they appreciate it, sometimes they don't. A friend of mine on the Isle of Man who really doesn't like it. She's never seen it.
Really? Just
no,
never
she's
watched,
lived there.
never
She lived
watched
there
the
all her
race.
life. Never watched it. Doesn't want to be involved in any part of it at all.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
I can understand that.
I can too.
Understand that.
Yeah, yeah. But when you get a national speed limit road on the Isle of Man legally, you can go as fast as you want.
You can crack on and do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want within reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the only downside is that there just aren't enough of them.
Yeah. But I've got to say, what struck me, what amazed me was it's just the beauty of the island. Actually,
Yeah.
The TT. That I am not massively into racing. Actually,
I'm not either.
Love motorbikes, love riding, but actually not massively into racing.
No.
But the island is just beautiful. I mean, the roads and the scenery were stunning, to be honest with you. So I would say, I would happily take the family there for a holiday, and watch some racing, but also just go off and do stuff with the family. I would happily do that. It was a great place.
Because I think when I came back from the TT the first time, when I came back from the Isle of Man the first time, I recommended it to basically everybody I knew, biker or not, interested in racing or not.
Oh, absolutely.
I said, it doesn't matter. I said, if you're not into the racing, don't go in the first 2 weeks of June.
Absolutely.
Go any other time. Beautiful. And or the classic. The classic one is in September, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
So just go in August.
Yeah.
And you might even get better weather.
Yeah.
And just enjoy it for what it is, because it truly is a beautiful little place.
I think there's so much that happened on that TT this year that I think we'll be talking about it definitely in other shows. But just to say, there was so many wonderful experiences and met so many wonderful people. It was amazing, highlights, and we're not going to talk about it really as such, but I remember you helping that. You remember those German guys? Were they German or Austrian guys? You were over in a conversation and you managed to help them and kind of interpret for the police. Can you remember that? That was really cool. That was good.
I did that.
Yeah, that was good. And also experiencing marshalling on the race days.
That's right. Yeah, so we volunteered to be
cool.
We volunteered to be race marshals,
which is really cool.
Now I did it last year, and it was, in my opinion, some people don't like doing it. Some people just want to chill out and watch it. No problem. I like the idea of, because if they don't, I say they don't charge, they do. Some places do. You have to to get primo viewing spots. You can pay
absolutely.
to sit on a bench or something. Fair enough. But if you just want to go and sit on a wall, you can go watch
on
it
the side of the road
within reason. Within reason,
which is terrifying. Let me tell you, when you've got a bike going past you at 180 miles an hour, about 3 inches away from your nose. Awesome, but scary.
And it is 3 inches away. It is. It's a Subway sandwich away.
Oh, it is.
Between you and being paint on a fairing.
Can I ask, where did you take me that first time? Where I was leaning over the wall? Hilbury. Oh my goodness gracious me! I will. Michael Dunlop.
Yeah.
Okay, one of the races. Because some of you all know. Some of you say, "Of course I know Michael Dunlop." Some of you will say, "I have no idea." This guy is like. So you got a wall and you got a white line which is like 6 inches away from it, okay, he crosses the white line at 160 miles an hour while you're hanging over it.
Yeah.
And it's the most unbelievable thing and experience. But anyway, that I will never forget that. In fact, I think you've actually got me on film. I swore. Okay, I'm a vicar, yes, and I was caught swearing because it was like this guy almost knocked my head off. It was amazing. But,
I'll play it.
we can do that. You can play it. I
think we should.
Yeah, because there's nothing. I didn't swear badly. I just,
No. I think I'll just include the audio.
Yes.
I'll have it as a button on here. I
Do
can
it.
press it whenever I want.
Just to show you.
Just to press it. You can have one of me.
Holy whatever. Something like that.
Something like that.
Anyway,
yeah.
It was good. Still. There's a lot. Listen, do you know what?
I think, no. What happened in the moment there was you encountered something for the first time that was objectively terrifying.
Man,
there's a bike screaming towards you at goodness knows how fast. And your brain just made that kind of quick jump to, ah!
It was amazing.
It's one of the most ridiculous things you could see. It feels like, have you ever watched old rally footage?
Yeah,
where they're all just like in the dirt road and they jump out the way, and the cars and he's not going massively fast, but it doesn't matter. At 40 miles an hour with that, he's gonna, you're gonna have a bad day, aren't you? If you get trapped by it, even if you just clip him, it's gonna hurt. But this is a fella barreling towards you, and he's going fast enough that.
Yeah, I think what's interesting about a TT, I know. So I think the TT is a bit Marmite, isn't it? Some people love it and are all for it, saying yeah, absolutely. Others think it's ridiculous and should never take place. Do you know what I mean? There's two sides to it.
Yeah,
and I understand both.
I do too, actually. As it goes,
I understand both, but anyway, I think that's once again a topic for another time. But just to say, I had the most amazing time. I did
as a spectacle, as a thing to go and see.
Yeah.
Truly, and there are people die.
They do.
People are willing to give their lives.
They did this
year.
They did. One racer died.
One racer died. A Spanish guy.
Yeah,
Spanish racer. It's incredibly dangerous, but it is one of the most uniquely.
It is unique, isn't it?
Exhilarating sporting events.
Yeah,
you can see.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel like it should be legal in 2023.
No,
and yet.
Yeah, absolutely.
And and apart from that, aside from the racing, which was amazing. It was great to just hang out with you guys.
Oh, it was. Oh, listen,
2 weeks in the sun.
2 weeks in the sun, and with
Alaman sun.
Yeah, Alaman. Okay, it was amazing though. With friends, camping, having fun. It was just an amazing. I think that's something we should say about kind of what we do. CMA Bikers Church. It's just the fellowship and the fun. Our interest of bikes, our faith and coming together is just a wonderful combination, and it's really special for me.
Well, I think that concludes the very first episode of the This Way Up podcast.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's been. I think people got to know us. We tell them a little bit about CMA, about Bikers Church. I'm really looking forward to kind of future episodes
because we want to do this every month, don't we?
We do. That's the plan.
And we hope that you'll learn more about us, what we're about, and we want to talk about a range of things. We want to get guests on.
Yeah.
We've got some interesting stuff lined up with people that we know indirectly. We've had preliminary conversations with other ministries and bits and pieces like that. And we want to get a lot of stuff in on this. We want to get a lot of stuff out there with this.
We do.
And talk about a whole load of stuff, bike related, Christian stuff. Just like our lives.
Absolutely.
Just as blokes.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the world, trying to be like Jesus, effectively.
Absolutely, trying to serve, but also enjoying life, but also
motorbikes.
Doing that.
Enjoying motorbikes.
Oh, yes. That's the big thing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. No, it's been good, Andy. Bless you, bro. It's been great.
So you too, mate. You too, mate.
See you later, guys.
And thanks again for listening.
All right.
See you on the next one.
Bye.